for the Back to School Bash that's hosted by Reliant and the Houston Rockets. And it's a really exciting event. It serves over 1,000 students here in Houston. And we provide them with backpacks that are full of all the school supplies you would need to start the year. So backpacks have pens and notebooks and just everything that you would need before going back to school. In addition to that, we also have health and dental screenings and haircuts, all the things that parents really think about before the kids go back to school. And so this is part of our kind of larger effort from an NRG perspective. Our Brighter Communities Initiative is something that we are really doing across the US and Canada in 50 different volunteer events, but in 20 cities.
Thank you, Houston Rockets. Thank you, Reliant.
Kind of makes me want to go back to school. All right, Reliant does more than power homes and businesses, as you just saw. They're also powering up the next generation, helping students get the tools they need to learn, grow, and succeed, from providing backpacks and school supplies to supporting programs that encourage kids to read. Reliant continues to invest in our community and our children. Bill Clayton joins us now with more on their commitment to education and giving Houston students a strong start to the school year. Good morning.
Good morning. Great seeing you.
All right, this is the other side of Reliant, okay? But we'll talk about that in a second. But known for powering homes and businesses. And she said across the country, sometimes people don't realize, although we deal with Reliant here in town as our provider, it's a big company.
Yeah, it is. I've been fortunate to be with the company for over 36 years. What I love about it is really it's a capacity to give back. When you think about what's important, it's really about our community. And I think there's a direct correlation between you're willing to give and success. And I read a beautiful quote somewhere. It said, "We are defined by what we give." Whether you're a corporation or an individual, I think without question that's a great moniker to live by, because it gives more purpose in terms of what you're doing.
And those core values trickle down from the top down, right? And,
Absolutely.
And you're right. And we say corporation, people always forget that corporations are made up of people.
That's
you're our neighbors, you're our friends, the whole bit. When I first moved here in 1998, and I've said this many, many times, I just always remembered I would do a lot of nonprofit events. I still do. Walking in the room, and there's the table by Reliant. There's a sign sponsored by Reliant. You've always been a part of the community. When I first met you, community service was just a big part of what your job was.
It was. So I was responsible for, at that time when we used to meet, around customer service as well as community relations.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that. It's amazing because it is a people business. You sit at the intersection of technology, you sit at the intersection of people and customer experience, and what better way to serve your customers than through either community service as well as customer care.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell a little inside thing. I called Reliant once. There's something I needed to deal with on the phone, and I told the guy, I said, "You were so nice. I'm going to tell Bill Clayton how nice you were." He goes, "Oh, you know Bill Clayton?" I go, I know Bill Clayton. He goes, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." So anyway,
well,
but that says a lot.
Could you imagine coming into work and knowing that you're going to have to take care of anywhere from 100 to 120 calls per day?
Wow.
And you handle each one as if it was your first call. So I'm in awe of what our customer care representatives do. I couldn't do their job.
All right. Brighter Communities campaign, philanthropy and community engagement program, which we talked about, spanning 20 cities. There's that whole idea of the summer slide concept, that when kids are off for the summer, that they fall behind. And so your effort was to go ahead and try to close that gap.
Yeah,
what are the efforts?
Yeah, we wanted to make it fun, but also what we wanted to do. So the Sliding to Summer reading program, we worked with the Astros Foundation to really, it's a bridge between when school ends and when school begins. I know school for HISD began last week, but it's that interim gap that I think all of us would say literacy, without question, is one of the most valuable life skills that we can do. And there's a direct correlation, especially at elementary school, in terms of the ability to read and comprehensions and unlocking the full potential.
Because reading is an assignment in school. We don't look at it as something we want to continually do. It's like, oh, this is your homework, that's it, right?
It is. And so anything that we can do to bridge the gap, and that's what we did with the Astros Foundation. We actually targeted elementary school children because that's where it's needed the most. And we had over 2,300 students participate. They read, I think, over 360,000 minutes along with 9,000 books. And what's the fun aspect of it is we brought a number of them to a Houston Astros game on August 1st for them to watch the Rangers. By the way, we beat the Rangers and we went ahead in the division. So it was just a great overall opportunity to really reward the kids for making a stand, as well as their parents for making a stand for reading. I've been fortunate. My mom was a librarian assistant at East Bernard High School, and so the summers, I remember reading books in the summer, so she helped bridge that gap for me, and we want to pay that back.
And that gap between what's an assignment and what I love to do.
It is,
right?
Absolutely.
All right, okay, you mentioned 2,300 local children. That's a lot, and more than 9,000 books. Okay, back to school prep for K through 12 students. It is so cool when you get your new supplies, and it's kind of like when you put on your workout gear, then you're ready to work out, right?
You're right.
When you get your backpacks and your pencils and your pencils, you're ready to be a student and to work.
Yeah, it gives you confidence. It gives you confidence that, hey, I'm here. I have the necessary supplies I need to be successful. So we worked with the Houston Rockets to have the Back to School Bash. And we went out to Sunnyside. And at the Sunnyside Community Center, we hosted over 1,000 kids. I don't know if you saw Megan. She was there at that particular event. And what's great about it is not only are they getting supplies, but they're also getting haircuts. They're getting some wellness. So it's more, we're looking at the totality of the individual of the kids and really making that right investment.
And that may
into the
seem
youth.
simple to some people, but especially in our underserved communities.
It is.
They're faced with putting food on the table, or am I getting the haircut? Are we getting the supplies? And so you fill in that gap for them. You also make it a celebration. Again, this is not a chore that you go back to school.
Correct.
It's a celebration that you're going to school.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of us are lifelong learners, and building that type of intrinsic capabilities in kids is so important, and getting them excited about what the future holds, because it is bright. And that's part of what we're doing behind our Building Brighter Communities, is giving hope and also building stronger communities. I think we're only as strong as our communities are, and that's why Reliant really does give back.
Yeah. All right. So you all are also part of our Backpack Buddy program.
That's correct. 15 years.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been in it for 15 years with KHOU as well as the Houston Food Bank. And it really, it's again, that bridge is so important. And what that does, it provides kids snacks over the weekends. They get, for the most part, they get really good meals while they're in school, but no kid should have to worry about where that next meal is coming from.
Not looking forward to the weekend because they won't eat.
Exactly.
Right?
And so this really helps bridge that gap on the weekends to provide kids the snacks that they need in order to really not worry about the next meal, but also to concentrate back on school and schoolwork.
The other thing it does is it lets you know that the community has your back. Right, it's a stranger. You have no idea who provided this for you, but you know that the community has your back. And that rest, I've talked to kids who have been part of the program years ago, and they're like, that's the reason why they volunteer today, because somebody helped them. All right, I mentioned that the company is, it's not an inanimate object, it's made up of people, and your people are, roll up your sleeves, and you're involved in volunteerism Impact Week as well. Yeah,
so it is a core function of us, of our business at NRG and Reliant to really give back, and we give back through a number of different ways. We build homes for Habitat for Humanity. We're out at the Houston Food Bank, so it's not only sweat labor, but it's also other type of labor. And I think, Deborah, it's just an acknowledgement in terms of how successful we are. We have to give back to our communities.
Yeah,
it's that simple.
Talking about how successful we are, I think the last time I saw you too, you just got through climbing Mount Kilimanjaro.
It's been a while, yes, but that was fantastic.
Well, it's been a while. You only need to do that one time, if ever, right? It can be a while. Just go ahead and claim that one. I got back last week. Yeah, right. But anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you, Deborah.
If you're ready to choose Reliant and find an energy plan that fits your budget and lifestyle, give them a call at 866-222-7100. Again, that's 866-222-7100. To learn more about Reliant and their commitment to our community, you can also visit Reliant.com. KHO11 is once again partnering with the Houston Food Bank for our Backpack Buddy campaign. Open up your camera phone, because you can help fill the weekend food gap for children in our community just by scanning the QR code right there on your screen. A donation of $10 provides 30 meals for a child. So thank you for helping us all to stand for Houston.